Okay, so let me go through the physical evidence that they found at the scene and possibly corresponding evidence at the house. There was a canvas laundry bag that Kaylee was wrapped in after she was wrapped in 2 black plastic bags. They found the exact replica of that laundry bag in the Anthony home, the exact same brand, everything. They found similar black trash bags with yellow ties. They found the backing from a heart sticker with the heart sticker missing, and as we all know, there was a heart sticker that they say was placed on the duct tape and that was recovered from the scene. There's clothing that bears the same brand name and the same sort of tag numbers or corresponding tag numbers at the house that seemed to be similar to the clothing that was found with the remains. Cindy told investigators there was a Winnie the Pooh blanket that was missing from her bedding set, and investigators found a Winnie the Pooh blanket at the scene. What do you make of this in light of her telling people that the nanny took off with her from Blanchard Park?
We've always said that this is a circumstantial evidence case. In a circumstantial evidence case, it's as though you're putting pieces of a puzzle together, and when that puzzle is assembled, the puzzle will be the picture of the person who killed this child. These are more pieces to that puzzle, and the puzzle picture is becoming more in focus, and it's looking more and more as though the killer of this child is the mother.
Does she have a problem with the defense in making statements? These are some of the things that she said. She said that Nanny Zanny took the child. She said that Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez was her nanny who took the child. She said that she was kidnapped from Blanchard Park by Zanny and some other people. She's also tried to blame it on her ex-fiancé, Jesse Grund. She told investigators that Jesse Grund, or somehow she got the message across that Jesse Grund had a key to her car. And she was telling her family, watch that Jesse. You know, she was insinuating that he had something to do with it. But she also told her family in jail that she hadn't seen Jesse for like more than a year. But she was still sort of warning them about Jesse. So in light of this physical evidence that comes from the Anthony home, does she have a real credibility issue here with the jury? I mean, how can they? Is there any way they can weave Jesse Grund or Zenaida Gonzalez, whoever she may be, into this physical evidence that came from the home?
No, they can't. And what this means is that her credibility has always been a problem for the defense from the very beginning. But as the forensic evidence and the evidence from the crime scene is more closely associated with her and that home to the exclusion of these other characters that she wants to put the blame on, the more problem that she does have with the credibility. And certainly you can't sell a defense that someone else did it when the evidence is excluding those individuals and are becoming completely consistent with the mother in this case.
And I'm going to go into the video in a second, but there's something else today. The defense put out a statement about this evidence. While Casey may have been saying that Zanny the nanny did it and I look at my fiance, the defense now this is their response today to this. I'll just read you a bit of it because it says, according to defense lawyers for Casey Anthony, the state's forensic report on duct tape, plastic bags, and other items is a one-sided, law enforcement-generated report and is biased and speculative. It uses, quote, junk science, the kind of flawed comparative analysis that the 2-year study by National Academy of Sciences released today. Apparently there was a critical report. It's been, we've been hearing about it. It was about to come out, talking about the, I guess, unreliability or the flaws in forensic science. And they're pointing at that saying, so this is now a quote from defense co-counsel Linda Kenny Bodden, we're looking closely at the NAS report. Forensic analyses are like those like those in this discovery, are conducted by law enforcement agencies with no independent oversight. Our defense experts will make sure there is an objective analysis of this biased discovery. The Anthony case may be one to set a precedent in exposing the flaws in evidence that only law enforcement has tested. So the defense doesn't seem to be, her defense team doesn't seem to be talking about anybody else at this point. What does this tell you about?
This case has always boiled down to the forensic evidence. There's no eyewitness to put the smoking gun in Casey's hands. This is a case of forensic evidence, and it has always been, it always will be, a battle of the experts. The exception I would take to the release by the defense of this statement is that law enforcement has conducted a biased investigation or a biased analysis. That's not what forensic examiners do. They examine and let the chips fall where they may. If they exonerate a suspect, so be it. If they are consistent with guilt, then so be it. But this release of this statement does not surprise me. You're now seeing a shift from, well, it was some other person that did it, to, well, the science that's connecting Casey to the murder of this child is junk science, and they're going to attack it, and attack it. That's their only defense available to them.
If there's